So do not go to Johannesburg unless you watch this video all the way through. First thing first, the safety, as everybody know, if you have not already done your research, they love to snatch phones out here. So what I do is when I'm traveling, I wear a crossbody bag and I put non-important things in there. So like my phone charger, my some gum, some lotion, little stuff like that that's accessible for me. But I put my wallet in here, yes, in my bosom, or you can get you a fanny pack, wear it underneath your clothing, like so, and put it underneath here. I also, if I need help, I'm going to ask a female for help. I'm not going to ask a male. Or I will ask security or a police officer. Another thing is when you're in your Ubers, request a black car. The black cars are not expensive. Just go ahead and request the black car for an extra layer of safety. And that's all I've been doing out here is just catching black cars. I don't care. What's $7 compared to $4? It's a $3 difference. Girl, you didn't book the ticket and came all the way over here. You didn't spend all the money and come over here. Why won't you pay for a black car? And then on top of that, they 9 times out of 10 gonna pick you up in something luxury. I've been getting picked up in BMWs, Audis, Mercedes, etc. The last tip is do not be out free roaming. Like, pay attention to your surroundings because they are looking and they cannot wait to snatch their phone off your ear. Okay, so hold on tight to your phone, pay attention, and keep your head on a swivel. Thank me later.
I just got back from 2 weeks in South Africa, and if you're trying to decide if you should go to Johannesburg or Cape Town, this video is for you. And please don't try to fight me. These are my thoughts because I was a tourist. I want to be a tourist. First things first, ignore everything people are saying where they're like, oh, it's not safe, it's not safe. I'm sorry, America is in no place to speak. Like, we have mass shootings every day, multiple times a day. I felt pretty safe. But I'm not an easy lick. I didn't get robbed. I left with all my belongings. I didn't experience any violence. That's not to say those things don't happen. I just personally did not experience it. Now, in regards to where you should go, if your favorite cities to go to are like New York, Chicago, London, Tokyo, Singapore, you're gonna love Johannesburg. Think museums, really cute restaurants, like nightlife that goes well into the morning hours. That is Johannesburg for me. That's a place to go if you like a city vacation. You like to rip and run the streets. You like nightlife. You like a nice stiff drink. That is the place for you to go. Between the two cities, I personally thought the food was better in Joburg. And I thought the nightlife felt a lot more South African to me. Like, I would go out and I would hear Amapiano the whole night, which I really enjoyed. Whereas in Cape Town, it was more of like a mix where, like, I'm not gonna lie, I heard Dreams and Nightmares like 7 times in Cape Town. I was shocked. I didn't know Meek Mill had that type of global influence. If your favorite city is like an outdoorsy type of city, like LA, San Francisco, Bergen, Norway, places where you go just to see nature, I think you will love Cape Town. This is not to say that Cape Town is not a city vibe. It absolutely is a city vibe. But a lot of the things that you're gonna do in Cape Town tend to be outdoors, like hiking Table Mountain, going to see the penguins at Boulders Beach, going to Hope Bay. You're going there to see beautiful things. Like, that's how I experienced Cape Town. It was gorgeous. God absolutely snapped when he made South Africa. It was so, so, so beautiful. But I'm a girl from New York, so I like a city aspect more, if that makes sense. Cape Town kind of felt like being in Aruba. It felt like Aruba, like the ABC Islands a little bit to me. I will say both destinations were really, really fun. Like, I had a lot of fun in both places. I just prefer Johannesburg because of the more city aspect that it gives. Like, if I had to compare it to American cities, I would say Joburg is New York and Cape Town is like a combination of LA and San Francisco. And when I say this, I mean, like, Joburg feels very urban. It's very like club, finance bro type of vibe, if that makes sense. Places in Joburg where I was literally there like, oh, this feels like Flatbush, this feels like Midtown, this feels like Soho, and so forth. It's a very urban city. And Cape Town feels like, oh yeah, we're having so much fun and let's go hike. You know, it feels very California to me as a girl from the States. But overall, if you're thinking about going to South Africa, do not let people fearmonger you. Do not let them try to scare you. You're gonna be fine if you're not an easy lick. If you are an easy lick, I'm sorry, you would have trouble anywhere. But overall, a 10 out of 10 trip. I would go back to Johannesburg and Cape Town in a heartbeat. And honestly, let's throw some other cities on there. Shit, I might fuck around and be in Durban next time I'm in South Africa.
I made the biggest mistake going to Cape Town, and that mistake was not going earlier. And although I didn't meet Tyla, it was still an amazing trip. It felt luxurious, grounding, adventurous, and calm all at the same time, which is very rare. Growing up learning about the apartheid and colonialism in South Africa, I was a bit skeptical about coming, but this trip was truly amazing, starting with where we stayed. Our gorgeous villa was at Camps Bay, which was very close to the beach with the most beautiful view. We had a full service staff and chef that made us breakfast, dinner, did our laundry. They were just amazing and super kind, and I missed them already. The villa is called Serenity, and it was definitely serene. We explored a lot of the city. We did a wine tour in Babbler's Thorn, which was an hour drive out, but the vineyard was gorgeous. And I don't know if it was the wine, but the sunset that day was so magical. Some days we had slow mornings relaxing by the pool. We had massages at home, recuperated. A lot of you guys recommended Cafe Capri, which was honestly such a vibe, but I was so mad. It was the first day of my period and I was cramping and I was just not in the mood. But the little girls dancing by the beach definitely cheered me up. They were so cute. What I love the most about Cape Town is that it lets you experience so many different worlds at once. City, nature, ocean. My favorite thing was driving these really cool cars along the coast. We did it right during sunset. Highly recommend. It was beautiful. Although I was a terrible driver. Mojo Market gave the city vibes, community vibes, live music. It was amazing. And guys, I didn't know there were penguins in Africa until I got here. This was really cool. But the penguins were also really, really tiny, and some of them just stood there the whole time and didn't move. Honestly, this whole trip was amazing. The nightlife, the restaurants, the food, the views, and this whole trip would have not been as carefree as it was if it wasn't for our 24-hour security concierge. They were amazing. They literally were with us every single where we went, every single day. I love Cape Town, and I literally cannot wait to go back. So if you're planning a trip or you're looking for somewhere to go for your birthday, you want something that feels equal parts luxury and reset and adventure, Cape Town is definitely one for the list. I wish it could be vacation every day. So I accidentally spent a solo day in South Africa, and this is what no one tells you about being solo in Cape Town. First, I feel like a lot of people exaggerated when they said it wasn't safe. No joke, I felt so safe in my little solo adventures. After everyone went their separate ways, I checked into the Pepperdine Hotel. Now with solo travel, I always make sure to get a hotel that is in a central location that has restaurants, amenities, so if I don't have to leave, I won't leave. And I planned to meet up with my friends, but then I fell asleep. So next morning, I woke up bright and early and I went to Bokap. I took an Uber. The Ubers are really cheap. It was like $4. I'm not even a matcha drinker, but someone recommended this place to me, so I was like, okay, yeah, let's check it out. No joke, I made him pause so I can get this video because I was like, yeah, let's get the aesthetic. Now the matcha was good, but the pivotal point of this solo adventure was God sending me like the cutest message on my matcha cup that I didn't even notice this for like 20 minutes. I just love Jesus. Like, he's just so sweet. I had lunch at Luma and I took another Uber to guess where? Vintage shopping. Hello. I don't know when I became such a vintage shopper fanatic, but I was literally feeding for a new find. Unfortunately, I didn't find anything in a lot of the vintage stores, so this last store I was like, okay, fine, I just want to buy something. I need to come back and go shopping in Joburg because everything was given grandma, nothing was given Tyla, and I had just gotten a fat check from one of my content creation deals, so I'm just like, take my money, please. My flight was at 4 p.m, so I decided to head to the airport. I took Ubers everywhere. I felt so safe and I enjoyed my little solo day.
Here are 15 things to do in the beautiful city of Cape Town. There are plenty of hiking trails in Cape Town, so get your fitness on and add this activity on your list. Number 2, go soak up the sun at the numerous beautiful beaches the city has to offer. Number 3, take a walk at the V&A waterfront for absolutely free. 4, book yourself a harbor or canal cruise for only 75 Rand per adult. 5, visit the National Art Gallery for only 40 Rand. 6, head over to the Castle of Good Hope for only 50 Rand. 7, taste some of the finest wine South Africa has to offer from only 150 Rand. 8, visit the Cape Wheel for a sky dining experience for only 320 Rand per adult. 9, head over to the best beach club in Cape Town, Cabo Beach Club. 10, take a walk at the company's garden for absolutely free. 11, go restaurant hopping and discover the best cuisine in Cape Town. 12, visit the aquarium for only 235 Rand. 13, experience the free Wednesday special at Zaid's Marker. 14, check out the Time Out Market. And lastly, head over to Bokap for a free walking tour. And with that being said, don't forget to follow me for more plugs and experiences.
Before visiting Johannesburg, South Africa. 1. The bureaus in South Africa do not accept Kenya shillings, so do you exchange in Kenya or withdraw from the ATM. They use South African Rand, but US dollars are widely accepted, as well as credit cards and debit cards. 2. Kenyans do not need a visa to visit South Africa if you are staying for a minimum of 90 days in a year. 3. English is widely spoken. You will have little to no issue with language barrier. 4. If you are a Kenyan, you will need to produce a yellow fever vaccine card. I don't know about other nationalities, but countries with with a high risk of yellow fever will be required to produce a vaccine card. 5. For transportation, Uber and Bolt are widely available, and a high-speed train which connects OR Tambo, Johannesburg, and Pretoria. I was told to avoid other public means of transport unless I'm accompanied by a local. 6. Know the areas to avoid with high crime rates. Don't go for walks at night. Use reputable taxis like Uber, and do not be flashy. 7. South Africa uses Type M plugs, so make sure to bring an adapter, but all the hotels I stayed in or visited had the Type M plug, the Type G plug which is the UK plug, and USB charging. Just note that if you are someone who travels a lot, invest in a good travel adapter. 8. They have a city sightseeing bus which comes in handy for tourists. Always check the weather before traveling and pack appropriately, as South Africa has summer and winter. If you are looking for a hotel to stay in Joburg and indulge in luxury, check out Fairlawn's Boutique Hotel, a 5-star boutique hotel located in Sandton. It has the best spa in Joburg, an award-winning spa, and has 42 luxury suites. You can check out the full review on my previous video. Generally, I had an amazing stay in Joburg. I did not encounter any security threats, and of course I'll be back. Just note that the cost of living in South Africa is high, so have a good budget. If I've left out any tips, feel free to leave them down in the comment section. Enjoy!
So I got a private driver on my recent solo trip to South Africa, and let me tell you guys exactly why it was worth the money. I mean, the private driver is more about getting from A to B. For me, it was peace of mind, and it was also perspective. My chauffeur's name was Mr. Coleman, and he was fantastic. He even took the opportunity not to just logistically get me from point A to point B, but he was able to explain his love of South Africa, and it was so beautiful. I'm eating like a local. I'm acting like a local. I'm eating bunny chow like a local. Mr. Coleman really hooked me up.
Is the bunny chow too heavy?
So it's my first full day in Cape Town, South Africa, and first things first, we are heading straight to the beach club. I literally landed this morning, showered, got ready, and went to this beach club called Cabo. It's right on the waterfront, and it was like a 5-minute drive from my hotel. As soon as I walked in, I was literally mesmerized by the views and was even more stunned by the water temperature because it was absolutely perfect. I hopped straight into my bikini and asked for a beach chair. There was none available, but then there was this cabana. I said, give it to me right now, and then I ordered my food without even looking at the menu because I always get the same thing everywhere I go. I was literally so excited to get into that water. I quickly had to get my shots in, set up my tripod, tried to get some Instagram pictures. People were looking at me like I'm so weird, but a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do, right? Once I got into that pool, there was no getting me out. My routine was literally go for a swim to cool down, back up onto the deck to burn. I did this for about 4 or 5 hours before I headed back to the apartment to get changed to catch the sunset. This is my OOTD. I am wearing Havaiana sandals with Clint jeans, a cardigan that I got from a thrift shop about 10 years ago, and my tote bag. I headed on out and we are going to Table Mountain. Once I got into my Uber, I looked at the time and I was just like, is there any way you can speed up this drive because I really don't want to miss the sunset? But the drive was incredible all by itself. The closer we got to Table Mountain, I was literally doubting where I was staying because I could literally die for this view every day. I'm a city girl through and through, but something about an ocean view is just incredible. I got into the cable cart and this is the view of Lion's Head as we head up to Table Mountain, and this is the view. Allahumma barik, how beautiful is that? So happy that I made it just in time to bask in that golden sun. Once again, I set up my tripod to get in some shots of myself because I barely take pictures anymore, and at this point my Instagram just looks like I only go on holidays and do nothing else. This is the night view of the city from above, and then I called it a night, but once I got outside the hotel I spotted a KFC across the road, so I was like, let me get something to watch while I get ready for bed. The movie of choice was The People You Meet on Vacation. But that's it from me. Catch me tomorrow to see what I get up to on day 2 in Cape Town, South Africa. Bye.
Let's get into day 2 of my trip to Cape Town. On the itinerary today was a safari. I seriously could not ask for a better view to wake up to. Cape Town is genuinely one of the most beautiful places I've ever visited. Of course, we had to be on theme. And guys, look at this insane bushfire we just casually drove through on our way to the safari. It was wild. We were greeted with some sparkling wine upon arrival to the Aquila Private Game Reserve. We did do the afternoon tour just because I don't think we were capable of getting up at like 4 a.m. to do the morning tour, unfortunately, but nonetheless, we still had an amazing time. I do think you'd see a lot more animals in the morning just because it was like 2 or 3 p.m. at this point and it's really hot, so a lot of the animals are hiding. We did see Mufasa. He was just basking in all his glory, looking all majestic. And guys, I am just so grateful for this beautiful life that I get to experience every day. Had to make a little pit stop so that we could hydrate and of course get photos. How adorable do we all look though? So on theme. I absolutely love it. Impossible. We just headed home after this. Look at this view, so beautiful. And the chef prepared us this amazing African dinner. Yes, those are bugs. And it was so incredible. I tried everything. I won't be eating bugs again. Bye.